Hey babes. What a Sunday. I know y'all saw in the chat that my car's not steering. It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna shuffle and talk here. Because truthfully, I'm feeling odd. I think it might be a little bit more me instead of like the collective feeling. Just feels like I don't necessarily know where the message is going. I didn't necessarily know what cards to pick. So, trusty dusty tarot cards. I shouldn't say dusty, but trusty tarot. Because I have I have my like oracle decks and then I have my tarot deck here. And I was putting my energy in both and just felt like it was leaning more towards tarot. But when I was in the shower, it felt like I was leaning more towards oracle. So I brought both, we'll see. But I figured we should just talk as I shuffle and I kind of get my energy into the cards and I can kind of feel the cards a little bit more. First and foremost, I had an amazing time. And our call last week, I can't even believe it already technically is last week because you guys will see this on Monday. So brand new week. And I'm really thankful. I'm really thankful that everyone showed up. I'm really thankful that everyone was sharing and, connection. It feels like all of us are connecting even deeper now. Like, I really can't wait for this new week for you guys to really drop in even more, even deeper, go harder. And it's funny enough, just because you're spiritual doesn't mean there's not stuff that happens. And when there's stuff that happens, it's like, for me, it just feels like the universe is giving me a test, and tests are not pass fail in this sphere, right? For me, when the universe gives me a test, it means that I'm up leveling my lesson. Like if it's the same test that I've been going through over and over again, and now I've learned, and I told myself I would handle it differently, this is one of those times. I was just talking to Elise the other day about capacity, and it feels like I haven't moved forward because where I'm at currently is not strong enough to hold that capacity, right? It's not strong enough to hold what is coming through or what I'm wanting, right? Like where I'm at, I'm not strong enough to hold it. Because the reality is yes, I want that apartment, but I still have like doubts, fears, triggers, pain. Like I got evicted from my house. They threw all of my shit out on the like front porch or whatever. My dog was barking. My husband's freaking out. I'm 8 months pregnant and all I could do was just keep putting shit in cars. Cause like at that very moment, I just could not function other than like handling it in the best way that I could. And those are things that like still trigger me and they make me fear that I could do it again. But I left when I was 19. I left my parents' house when I was 19 and I didn't come back here until I was 29. So it's not like I didn't do it, right? I did it for a whole decade. But there's triggers, there's traumas. Like now I have my daughter. I can't just like, fuck around. And I think those are things that are still holding me back from receiving the apartment because I don't trust myself. I don't trust the universe fully. Like, of course I trust myself, but easier said than done, right? And I know I've said that to everybody, but like it is easier said than done. Right now, I have to trust that spirit is going to help me with this car. Like this is my it, right? Like it's a 2010 Fusion with 196,000 miles. Now, I know she's a used gal, but she gets me to and from. She's got air, she's got a sunroof. Like I'm chilling, right? It's a good buy, good deal. And like, of course I knew that there was gonna be stuff that was gonna like come up and be issues. I mean, it's an older car, like any car, it doesn't matter what car it is, right? But it just feels like the universe is like, okay, so when it all goes wrong, what do you do? When you feel like you're backed into a corner, what's the plan? What's the free fall? Are you going to hold on tighter? Are you going to let go and let us make some shit happen? And this morning when my husband came in, because he was going to go disc golfing, and obviously, like, he's upset, I'm upset, like, we're like, we just used this car yesterday, like, what do you mean? And it's like a steering issue, so it's like, obviously you can't drive it. And my uncle, because Donald called my uncle because he's like a car guy, and he was like, well, thank God it wasn't while you were out with your daughter, because we like went grocery shopping and stuff yesterday. And I'm like, okay, that is something I can be grateful for. Like, I have gratitude for that immediately. And I literally was just telling Elise that I want to go on more walks, that I wanted to be out in nature more, and I wanted to do more. But when I'm here and I don't have access to a vehicle, it feels very, like, to my own vehicle, so I could do whatever I want, whenever I want, right? I feel very locked in. I feel very isolated. I feel trapped. And it triggers me. It very much triggers me. And it feels like, I don't know how to explain it, but it feels like, it just feels like I am the teenager that I was before, where I was stuck in my parents' house. I didn't have access to a car unless somebody came and picked me up. And I couldn't flee when I needed. Like, when I was really upset or I was really hurt, I would just go downstairs. But now, like, I don't want to just be downstairs. Like, I don't want to isolate myself. Like, I want to go out and I want to be in the world, and I want to touch the trees, and I want to touch, water and all of that. But it's like a weird trigger. I don't know how to explain it, but I really was like freaking out this morning, and I was like, oh my God, like, I'm going to be stuck here again. Like, this is going to push back the apartment. This is going to push back this. And I was like, stop. I don't know what's technically wrong. Like, we have a few ideas, but I don't know. I'm not a mechanic. I don't fucking know. So once we figure out what exactly is wrong, which will be within like the next week or two, right? Then we pivot from there. Okay, what can we do? How much is it? Where can we get the help? Can that come in from somewhere? And it's funny because I got two very different responses today from family. When I told my mom, like, hey, the car's not working, blah, 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 this, that, and the third, this is what I think it is, she just put, okay. And when I texted my aunt ended up texting me, the uncle that I called, his wife, she was just like, is there anything I can do for you? How can I help you? This, that, and the third. Like, my mom just said, okay. And then my aunt was like, what can I do? This is my schedule this week. If you need help with this, that, and the third, I got you. And I'm like, it sucks that I didn't get the response from my mom the way that I wanted, but it also is like such a huge blessing and feels really good. Like, I'm really grateful that I do have family that are still there for me, and friends. I mean, Shelby is taking me to go pick up groceries today, which is something that we do together, but still. And I just really appreciate those people. I really appreciate the people taking their time out for me. I really appreciate the people that consider me, consider my daughter, consider my husband, because that's a big deal for me. Like, when I'm here, it feels like I'm a super inconvenience, that no matter what I do, it's like, it's not enough. So it's frustrating, right? And I don't know if this is necessarily going to correlate with anybody, like what I'm talking about here as I'm trying to pull cards, but it just felt like I wanted to share. I needed to share. Like, Spirit has me going through things so that I can share, so that I can figure stuff out. And I told myself that I wanted to be as open and honest as possible with you guys, because I want you guys to feel the same with me. And there's no way that we can help each other if we're not telling each other what we really need. And for me, I think I just need a lot of, like, I want positivity, but I don't want like insane positivity, if that makes sense. Like, still that balance of like, yeah, like, it sucks, but like, you too will find it, or the part will come in, or this will happen, something good will happen. Because people, and I've had my ups and downs with this, like, I try to be as positive as possible all the time, and like change my thought process and change my thinking. But like, sometimes you do just have to like sit in the moment and be like, damn, that shit sucks. Like, that sucks. And that's okay. It's okay to like have those moments. That's what makes us human. Like, we are supposed to do and say those things. So like, I want to have my human moment, but I also want like that positive support around it, instead of just the people that are like, well, it's a super old car anyway, so you just should get like a $700 car payment. No, that's not what I'm doing. I don't want that. I can't do that. So it's fine. It's fine. We're going to move forward. The first card that came out was Temperance. I just love this outfit of this card. It feels like there's some balance coming in, some harmony. Tell me more. Tell me more. You know, every time I look at this card, I always talk about the cups and her feet, but I never really talk about her wings. And these are showing up very significant today. See how there's these giant pink wings. The sun is shining behind her. She is shedding her light. She's 11:11 as I say that, as I'm like recording. It just feels like this energy of like radiate. Like, she's radiating this energy. Her wings are on her so she can fly whenever she wants. Yeah, it feels like there's this freedom that's here with Temperance. When you find this balance and peace and harmony within yourself, there is a freedom. It's a freedom of, oh my God, confirmation. There's this freedom when you find the balance, you find the peace within yourself. But that's not something that can be done like overnight, right? This balance, this harmony, this back and forth, it requires patience, and patience is key here. And you know, I just did my whole spiel of like what I'm going through before I started getting into this today. But the fact of the matter is, this feels like, it feels like this is not just for me, but it's obviously for you guys, right? This is a collective reading, but it definitely feels like this energy is like spirit trying to talk to me as well in this process. So bear with me as I go through this. But we got Three of Pentacles here, which is all about, you know, teamwork, goal sharing, collaboration, you know, pooling this energy. And that was something that I was talking about, right, as I first started this message, that I wanted to share, because I am looking for positivity. I'm looking for support. I'm looking for a, yeah, bitch, I know that sucks, but something bigger and better is going to come along. Something even better or easier. Like, you know, don't stress about it too much, but just know like whatever we can do will help. It's that kind of stuff, right? Like, that matters. You can't just sit there and do that shit all by yourself. It sucks. It sucks when you're all alone. Like, and I think we all know that. I think we've all gone through that at some point in our lives where we have just felt super isolated and super alone. And maybe we feel like that right now. And maybe you're like, okay, I'm warming up to the collective, like I'm warming up to the group, but like, you know, how can I share every single thing with some of these strangers? And funny enough for me, I've had strangers tell me their whole life story on more than one occasion, but apparently that's my energy, my light. And I feel like I have a really big capacity to hold other people, because I try to help as much as I can, but I realize I am not Captain Save-A-Ho. Just can't. I used to be, but I just cannot anymore. And I want to be there for those people that want to help themselves. But this energy with the Temperance and Three of Pentacles, it's like you will find balance when you start releasing some of this energy that's pent up inside of you and having other people share, other people be a part of it. And then we have the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, and then we had Queen of Swords come out together. The Page of Pentacles in reverse is, it feels like you feel like you're missing something. Like you're missing chances or choices, I hear. Like if you don't get to a certain level at a certain time, you'll miss out. You'll miss it. But the reality is you can't miss what's meant for you, right? Like, it feels like you're on this timeline here where it's like, oh my God, if I don't do something today, then it's all going to blow up in my face. Or if I don't do something tomorrow, or if I don't do this, or if I don't hurry it up, then how can it be done? But the reality is like, your timeline is already there. It's set. It's good. You're not missing out on anything. And I think that's why the Queen of Swords came out with the Page of Pentacles at the same time. It was like this understanding of your perception, right? Being solid, being honest, being independent with yourself of like, okay, I can sit here and sit tall and sit proud and handle my emotions and handle myself and know that I do have support. I'm not behind. I can move as quickly as I want and I can move as slow as I want. I don't think any of us want to go slow, but okay. There's like 6 cards here. I'm going to reshuffle these just in case. And if they come out again, then we know that was meant to be. My cards are like sticking today. I'm still trying to work these new ones in. But this energy here definitely feels like this is for me and for you. Like, I've had this thought process of, if I am this leader, I shouldn't share everything, because how are people going to let me lead them if I say, oh, I'm confused myself, or I don't know myself? Like, that's not a good leader, right? But the more and more I've realized is that's what makes us better leaders, when we realize that there is places that we do need help, that other people could fill in the gaps. It's like, I see like caulking, like for a bathroom or like a baseboard, right? If there's little holes, there's little chips, there's little moments that we need somebody to come in and fill it in and help us like bridge the gap. That's what this feels like. Like, you don't have to fully rely on yourself. If you really want that balance, you can't just balance it all within yourself. You do need team. You need collaboration. You need energies around you that are going to support you in more than one way. Because not everything needs to be financial. Not everything needs to be just emotional or just relationship or just physical, right? Like, there's some people bring out certain things in me. Some people are better to have, conversations with or deep dives with, and that's cool. That's okay. It doesn't mean that you're too much. It just means that you have to shuffle it around. You can't give it to every single person at full capacity. Not everyone can handle full capacity, and that's okay, because I don't think we're meant to. All right, so we got the 8 of Cups and the 7 of Wands in reverse here. Confirmation to the I don't think everyone's meant to. So 8 of Cups, stagnation, fear of change, avoidance. And then we also have 7 of Wands, giving up, admitting defeat, yielding, lacking, self-belief, surrender. You know what both of these are? Like, when they're in the upright, it's you walking away and you fighting for your boundaries and yourself. So the fact that it's in reverse means we're having a hard time walking away and we're not sticking to our boundaries. It's like, I hear Spirit being like, why are you so afraid of the change that you've been asking for? Why are you admitting this defeat, or not protecting yourself, or just waving the white flag so early? Like, why are you waving it so early? Like, they're like, this is not the problem, right? Like, this is very minor. Like, whatever you're feeling right now, this is very minor compared to everything else that you've ever been through and everything else that could come later in life. They're like, okay, if you can't balance your shit out now, if you can't protect yourself now, if you can't hold your boundaries now, then how am I going to give you what you want when that part of you that wants that has to be able to stand up for themselves, has to be able to, have this process, have this understanding that where they left to where they're going is for their benefit. And whoever they have to leave behind or whoever they have to like change with is okay. They're the Hierophant in reverse. It just feels like rebellion. Like you are ready to rebel. That teenage angst, that version of you that's like, actually, I should be in my villain era. And not like evil villain, right? Like villain in the sense of like, I don't care if people paint me as the villain, like I'm gonna put myself first. The Tower. Dun dun dun. I know that's how everyone feels with that, but this just feels like there's change coming. And it's not necessarily bad change. It doesn't mean that everything has to topple over, right? Like just because the Tower comes out doesn't mean that it's all bad. But I will say that this crown is sticking out a lot to me today. And it feels like that Billie Eilish song where it's like, if you see me in a crown, dun, dun. Like that's what I'm hearing. And it's like, you're about to put the crown on. Whatever is about to like topple over, you're finally going to put the crown on. The crown that you were always meant to have. The crown that your soul was literally birthed with. But you're finally figuring it out. Like you're finally getting into that headspace of like, yeah, I actually do deserve this. Okay. Next card. Knight of Swords in reverse. It feels like you're being a little ruthless, right? With like how fast you're trying to go here. You're like, I have to do this. I have to do that. If I don't do this right here, right now, then it's never going to be done. And Spirit's like, you can take your time. Like, it's going to be as fast or as slow as you want it to be. And like, that's cool. That's whatever. But you rushing it is not going to make that better. Right? Like you rushing to get to this finish line is not, that's not it. Because you see how when it's in the upright, this biker is charging ahead. They're charging forward. Blade ahead. And it being in the reverse, it's like, okay, you are charging forward, but the reasoning behind it isn't what you need to be, right? Like that, it's coming from like an arrogant space. It's coming from a space that isn't the highest version of yourself. Because then we also got the Six of Wands. And this felt like the way that these came out, it felt very much of you will reap these rewards. You will get the success and the victory and the triumph. But you have to not charge ahead the way that you are. It is inevitable. It will come. The success, the victory, the pride, all of that is coming. But the more that you push it, the more that you tell yourself that it has to be done in a certain way, in a certain time, and to look a certain way, then that's what's fucking you up. Seriously, that's what's really fucking you up. You also got the Four of Cups in reverse, which means like there's this like clarity that's going to be coming through. There's this energy of choosing the happiness. Like if you are choosing that happiness, like I was saying before, right? Like I'm trying to be as positive as possible with this situation. Like, yeah, it sucks, but like at the end of the day, it's not like I completely have no access to anything. I can't do this. I can't do that. Like I still have access to things. I still have time, energy, space, people that are in my field that will help me. And before, I hated asking people for help because I'm like, that would admit that I am a failure. And the reality is like, we're supposed to help each other. I have no problem helping other people. So why is it so hard for me to get help myself, right? And it feels like this energy, like I said, this reading is not just for me, it's for all of us. But this part in particular really is like shining through for me. This energy of like, stop forcing it, stop going crazy, sit in your light, find your balance, have people help you, and the clarity and the awareness and the acceptance will all come through. But this Wheel of Fortune in reverse is, I don't know about you, this is what I feel. The delays, the bad luck, the unwelcome change. That's what it feels like I'm in right now. And it feels like there's these delays because I keep doubting certain parts of myself. That teenage version of me, and like I told you guys before, like that, you can't just fix it in a week, right? Like the Sagittarius full moon, like I've been doing the work, like I did some heavy lifting that week, but there's still issues that are lingering. There's still stuff that's lingering. This is the house that a lot of this trauma happened in. So it's like I'm reliving that trauma day in and day out. Like my body is having a really hard time adjusting because I don't sit here. I don't like actually sit and rest. When I'm in the house, what needs to be done? Laundry, clothes, dishes. And I'm not just talking about in the basement where I'm at. My mom has a mess. I help my mom. My dad's almost 70. So like my husband mows the back lawn and I clean the kitchen and I do a lot of the cooking, and I'll bring clothes upstairs or I'll bring them downstairs for them because the laundry's in the basement. Like I'm never fully resting. I'm never taking that time for myself. I'm always taking care of other people and I'm not taking care of myself. And I just said to Elise last night, like I have to have, my well is deeper, so I need to dig deeper on how to take care of myself. Because before, when I used to take care of myself, it was very like surface level. I would put on my nails and I do my skincare and I do my eyebrows and I do my hair. Cool, yeah. Okay, what else can I do to deepen that bond within myself, to really fill my cup in ways? And people are like, well, what do you do for fun? What's a hobby? I don't know. I know how to take care of people. I know how to be of service, but I don't know how to have fun. Like, I do know how to have fun, but I don't know how to have fun in ways that are like absolutely chill, where it doesn't revolve around taking care of someone or something. It's always some things on my mind of taking care of someone else. And I think that's why I'm still here. I think that's why maybe all of us are feeling like we're at like a stalemate to a certain extent, of like this energy of like, okay, so I can't move forward because I'm not taking care of myself the way that I need to. But I want to take care of myself. I want to go deeper. I'm doing the journaling. I'm doing the shadow work. I'm a part of this group. I'm doing all of this. Like, why isn't it enough? And the question isn't, why isn't it enough? The question is, what will make it enough for you? And for me, I think I need to create outside of a space that isn't just here, right? That isn't just business. Just creating to create. Whether if it's painting or air dry clay or whatever, right? I tried video games. I tried coloring. I tried, like, there's lots of things that I have tried, but it just hasn't worked. And I think some of us are in that space and place. Some of us aren't. Like, some of us know exactly what gives us that energy to like, oh yeah, my cup's full. Like, I feel so much better. And I love that. I'm jealous, but I love that. It's a part of this process here. 9 of Wands. You are persistent though. Like, we are resilient. We are persistent. And this is happening, right? Like, this energy, how she's leaning to the side, she's chilling. Like, that's how Spirit wants you to be. This is Spirit wants me to be. Like, you know that it's coming in. Yeah, of course there's going to be twists and turns and dips and flips, and it's like a roller coaster, right? But you got to let go of that shit, right? You have to let go of all of these burdens and all of this pain and all of this suffering. 10 of Wands here, right? When you hold, you see how bad she is struggling? Because she's holding 10 wands that she doesn't need to hold. It'd be a lot easier for her if she only had 2 or 3 wands, right? And that's the energy. You're stressed out, you're burnt out. Spirit is asking you, give me a wand, baby. Like, give me a wand. Actually, give me most of them. Give me all of them. Spread it out. Don't take this all as your own thing. Judgment in reverse, self-doubt. I think the self-doubt here is, the self-doubt is about the next step, not of where you are. You know how to work hard. You've worked hard your entire life. Everything that you've ever wanted, everything that you've ever worked for, you've always worked very hard. And this new season isn't about working hard, and that's what's tripping you up. Same. Because, like, yes, you should be diligent, right? Like, you should be working to go towards your dreams and your goals. But also, you doubt it because you don't know who that person is. You know who you were because that person was a part of you the longest. You don't know who you're becoming because they're a stranger. They really are a stranger to you. You're not used to this person. You're not used to how this person reacts. 111. You're not used to how this person sits and feels in their body. You're not used to how this person maneuvers through conflict or maneuvers through life or handles conflict and pain and misery or whatever, right? Because your higher self, you haven't been this entire time, but you are becoming that person. And that person has to recalibrate. They have to readjust. They have to become, right? And I know for me, it's like, it's like this energy of like, fuck, like, why is it so hard? Why is this so hard to move through? But then this other version and energy of me is like, bitch, come on. Like, of course, you don't know how this feels because you have never healed to this capacity before. You've never been this person before. You haven't done all of these things before. You know how to work chaos. You know how to work and be Captain Save a Ho and save everybody else and not save yourself. But now the time is here that it's time to save yourself. So what are you going to do? Are you going to keep freaking out? Are you going to keep going on the merry-go-round of bullshit? Or are you going to move forward? Are you going to be better? Are you going to be the person that you have been becoming this entire time? The higher version of yourself could not exist without these other versions, right? Your childhood self, your teenage self, your mid-adult life, however old we all are, right? The last 20 years of your life couldn't exist, or you could not be in the position of where you're going to without the last 20 some years of your life, right? That is the buildup. That is the plot. You did it for the plot, babe. But it's time. It's time to move forward. It's time to stop doubting yourself. It's time to start trusting yourself. Okay, Five of Pentacles came out sideways like this. So it feels like there is this energy of like loss and disappointment and struggle. But there's also this energy, right? Like when it's in the reverse versus the upright, there is this positive change. There is this recovery. There is you asking for help and overcoming adversity. You're right in the middle. When you clear up that self-doubt and you clear up the giving these burdens and these wands away and that stress and that pain, instead of holding on to it tightly and you actually express it and share it, it releases from your body and your body starts to like, oh, okay, well, I don't have to keep holding that weight. My shoulders can relax. I don't have to, oh my God, it's so heavy, right? It's like, okay, it's a little less heavy now that I've put words to it. It's a little less heavy because I've shared it with other people and I'm not the only one trying to figure out a plan or figure out a process or figure out how this works, right? I feel better because I don't feel alone. I don't feel isolated. But the Emperor in reverse, this is really about your stability and working on it in a way that no matter what comes in, no matter what happens, what goes awry, you can be absolutely stable. But the stubbornness, right? That's why this is in reverse. There's the stubbornness about you. that you're having a really hard time with all of the rest of the shit that I've been talking about. Being open with other people, sharing your woes, sharing your pain, sharing your traumas, sharing your stress with others, having others pick up for you. You're having a really hard time with that and you're being super stubborn. And Spirit's like, okay, like you can have it if you would just share it. And you refuse to share it, so you can't have what you want. Because you are not strong enough to keep holding and keep holding. At some point, you're going to collapse. And you're very close to collapsing. Until you fully share. And fully share in the sense of, we don't all need to know every single trauma piece that you've ever gone through. But when there is stuff that is truly affecting you, right? That's why we have the venting category. When there is real stuff that is affecting you, even just putting it out there. Even just being like, hey guys, I need to vent. I don't necessarily need advice. I just need a place for people to hold it and tell me that I'm right. Or tell me that I'm wrong or whatever. That's where like Spirit is like coming through right now. I feel like Spirit is like, I see like a blowhorn, like one of those like big megaphone speakers, and Spirit's like, hello. It's not clocking. What aren't you clocking, or whatever Justin Bieber said. Confirmation. Yeah, confirmation. It, not at the Justin Bieber part, but like you not giving it up and sharing. And you know, I spent the first like 10 minutes sharing. I know that I sound fucking insane sometimes, like when I'm processing things and when I'm going through stuff, but honestly, sharing that, I already feel better. I already feel lighter. I already feel like I put it out there. I said it. I don't feel as much stress. And that's what Spirit's trying to like give to you. They're trying to give you that space that you can be free, that you can be seen, that you can be heard, that you can share and lean on others, right? Lean on me when you're not strong. Sorry. We also have the Empress in reverse. You got both the Emperor and the Empress in reverse. That means your shit's all the way fucked up, right? The feminine, the masculine, completely out of balance. And there's that insecurity, right? The Empress in reverse, it really feels more like insecurity. For the Emperor in reverse, it's stubbornness. The Empress in reverse is insecurity, right? Not being in your divine feminine where you trust yourself, where you are actually flowing with creativity and birthing new ideas and birthing new things. Like that's not where you're at, right? You're out of alignment with your feminine and your masculine. You're either too much of one or the other, or you don't have enough of either. And this energy feels like you're too out of whack between the two, right? You're super stubborn, but you're also being very insecure. You're insecure about what are people going to say? What are they going to do? If I tell them this, if I share this with them, how is that going to work? How are they going to see me? How are they going to view me? It doesn't matter. It's about how you view yourself. It's about how you feel about yourself. It's about how you trust yourself. Because the Empress in the upright is full trust and intuition. And you also got the Justice card that came out here. You will find this balance and justice will prevail here, but you have to be honest. You have to tell the truth. You have to be real with the shit that is going on. I've been telling people on the internet how I lost my house, I lost my car, I lost my dog, I lost my aunt, and there's plenty of other shit that I've been through. Sexual assaults and horrible friendships, horrible relationships, being a part of many different journeys. And it's like, you're this close. You're this close to being open. You just have to unlock that door. But the key is within your heart. Like you're waiting for somebody to hand you the key, but the key is within you. And if you can take that key out and unlock that door and walk through the door, fully you, telling the truth, being who you are, being honest on all levels, on all fronts, then what is there to fear? because you have it. You have the power, you have the energy to do this, right? That's what the magician, the ability of manifestation, skills, resources. But you're being ineffective, right? King of Wands reverse. You're forcing it. You're going way too hard, way too fast, way too masculine when you have to find that balance between the masculine and the feminine. The real balance between masculine and feminine is being stable enough to support and hold, but also to be free enough to have creativity and enjoyment and happy and love, right? And trusting yourself and moving forward. Just beauty and abundance. And with the masculine, there's focus, there's drive, there's discipline. But you also have to have that balance in between, right? That's why the Justice card came out after those two, because you have to find this balance. You have to find this balance between your feminine and your masculine. And that goes for anybody, no matter what, right? Like, everyone has that. And there's that masculine side that it's like, okay, well, I have to do this and it has to look like this. And if it's not like this, then I'm just going to stay rigid until it looks like this. But the feminine side's like, okay, if that's not working, then what other options can happen? What other things can we do? How can we be accommodating to ourselves or adjust or free flow, right? Like water. How can we readjust in that process? Queen of Wands reverse. That's so funny. A queen and king again. Both of these in reverse. You have the Emperor and the Empress, and now we have the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands reverse. It just feels like this is just like a reiteration of what I've been saying, right? There's this lack of confidence. There is this ineffectiveness where you tell yourself that you're going to do one thing, but then you lie to yourself because you don't do it. And then you move forward in a way that is shaky and just not balanced. And I know this message is like really long today, but let me see if there's anything else here. It just feels like Spirit is like, it's a wake up call, but it's also like meant to be like a love note. Like, hey babe, I said this because I love you and I want better for you and I want you to feel better and I want you to move forward in a better way. Strength. You have the inner strength. You have the understanding. You have the know-how. You do have the inner power. You just have to tap into it. You just have to have the courage and the bravery to do so. Because what's the worst thing that could happen? If you were being fully honest, if you were asking for help, if you were giving it to other people, what's the worst? Somebody judges you. Motherfuckers are already judging you, right? There's people out there that are judging you that you've never even met. You can go to the grocery store, somebody's like, oh, I hated their outfit, or oh, I hated their hair, oh, I hated their car. But you will never see those motherfuckers again. So why does it matter, right? That's just like a natural thing. There's people out there that are gonna hate. Haters. But sorry, that's like what I kept hearing in my head, like, haters, sipping on that haterade. Like, okay, and fuck them. Like, you wearing the outfit that you want to wear, you having, like, I'm going to share my Pinterest board in the group. There is stuff that is so eclectic that I want to wear. I want to be the weird auntie that has like crazy glasses with crazy purses and crazy little doodads and knickknacks and things, because I like that shit. I think that shit's cool. I think that shit's funny. I want like the coolest, most randomest big ass glasses that you have. I want to do like, that's how I want to express myself. I want to be free. I want to be that eclectic weirdo. I don't care. But my appearance has been such a huge thing my entire life that somehow, some way I ended up in this place where I was dressing and wearing and doing for others, not doing for myself. And that's where we're coming into this inner strength, right? Of having that courage to be able to be open and be honest and be ourselves, no matter what anybody thinks, no matter what anybody says. And this group is the first place for us to do it, where we can actually share and be a part of one another's stories of helping each other to that next level. Because I don't know how you're going to get there. I don't know how it's going to be done. I don't know. But what I do know is that if you truly believe it, then I fucking believe it. I'm that delusional best friend that's going to be like, I mean, if you believe that you're going to meet them, absolutely. If you believe that you're going to go and make millions and billions of dollars or do this or do that, I believe you because I believe in you. And when you believe in yourself, it's easier for me to believe in you. And that's exactly where we're going with this. If you don't believe in yourself, then how the hell can anybody believe in you? Right? What did RuPaul say? If you can't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love somebody else? Clock it, right? Because that's real. And it feels like Spirit is like, okay, how are you really loving yourself right now when you refuse to be open and honest? Okay. Okay, this is rapid fire because this is turning into a long message. So we have the Two of Cups, Nine of Pentacles in reverse, Knight of Wands in reverse. So these three cards, the way that they came out, the Two of Cups, there is this connection, this bond. You will be getting closer with people when you finally decide, okay, I'm going to open up fully. I'm going to be seen fully. I'm going to let my guard down. But there is this hesitation within you, right? Knight of Pentacles in reverse. You are feeling a little guarded. You're also doing things with money that is not necessarily benefiting you, right? Like you say that you want to save, but then you're blowing money on stupid shit. And you like tell yourself that you're okay. Oh, well, it's fine. And I can do this and I can do that. But the reality is like Spirit's like, okay, well, if you can even handle this amount, then how am I going to have you handle this amount, right? Knight of Wands in reverse. The self-control, right? And I think that is a part of the Nine of Pentacles here in reverse. Like you have to have that self-control and know like what is actually meant for you instead of like, I'm going to treat myself. You can't treat yourself like 7 days a week, right? Like you can, but at what capacity? But you also have the Eight of Swords in reverse here, which is this freedom and this relief and release, right? Facing your fears, actually feeling empowered, fully surrendering. And it feels like this energy that we're flowing into is like you're finally getting there. You're finally going to get there once you untie your own binds. But this Four of Pentacles, right? Stability. That was a word that was coming in my head. You will become more stable, not only financially, but mentally, physically, emotionally, the more that you open up. The more that you release, the more real that you're being, it puts you in a different energetic field that opens you up to way more opportunities and way more wealth. And the last card here was Four of Wands. Community, home, celebration, reunions, parties, stability, belonging. Out of all of these cards, this is the one that I'm going to say is going to matter the most. Four of Wands. If you don't have anybody to celebrate with, if you don't have the space and the place that you can fully be free and express yourself and have other people catch you when you fall. Like a trapeze artist trusts the net and they trust their partner, right? They know that their partner may let them fall. Not on purpose, but there could be something that happens. But the net is there as the extra safety net. And this group, this membership, we're your net, right? We are the net. When you fall, we help you bounce right back up. We'll always catch one another. But if you're not going to even get on the rope or whatever they call it, to even swing in the first place, then how the fuck can I catch you? How the fuck can I help you? So the video cut out back, but I'm finishing up because this card needed its full moment. Four of Wands. You need that collaboration. You need a place to call home. And a place to call home is more than like the physical space. It's the spiritual, the mental, the physical, the emotional. And if this place can be that for you, this is the beacon, this is the call, this is the moment to remind you that that's why your soul got you here. That's why our souls paths. That's why you ended up in this membership, because your soul knew, hey, I actually need more of this support and I need more of this stability. And where I'm going, I know I cannot do it alone anymore. And yeah, I might need strangers on the internet, but that is just here in this physical space that we're in. I'm a firm believer that all of our souls have crossed paths at some point or knew each other at some way or somehow. And I love that. I really do. So I want you to focus on letting go and being open and honest of who you really are and how you really want to be seen in this world. What is the light, right? What is your light? What color are your wings? What color is your outfit? How are you standing? How are you processing? How are you balancing everything? And who can you do that with? Because how boring is it that you can do all of these amazing and successful things, but you can't even share it with people? You get that's cool confirmation, or oh, that's whatever, or oh, that's this, or oh, that's that. When any of you come through and say that something happened, I don't just send the gifts and the emojis and all of that just to say bullshit. I am super ecstatic. I am thrilled. I'm excited. I am overwhelmed with joy, because I know that if it's important for you, then, and you did something that's successful around that, or it's a big moment, or it's a big deal, then I'm so fucking proud of you. I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you. If I could whisk you all away on a private jet and we go to a remote island and party, I would. I really would. But I'm just not quite there quite yet. But just know that just because there is other people out there that don't necessarily give that same energy that you're looking for, there is still people out there that will. So take your time. And you don't have to like babble it all out at once, but take your time to be open and honest. Really take your time with these prompts this week. Really take your time with expressing yourself in ways that are benefiting you, that are taking you to the next level, that are taking you to another space and place that's getting you closer to your higher self. Because though you haven't been your higher self as long as you've been your past self, you also haven't been this self either. This is new territory. So give yourself grace, give yourself time. I love you, babe, and I cannot wait to see what this next week brings. Bye.